you so much for being here. I am so happy that you're here. And you both have a lot in common. You both grew up here in Los Angeles. You've both been here for a very long time. But Travis, you grew up like right around this area where we shoot the show. Where did young Travis used to hang out? Where did you go?
I grew up in Mid-City. I used to hang out on Fairfax a lot, which was like very, for a young black kid, it was just like a new world. And I skated around here all the time. I went to the Grove on dates with girls. I went to Pan Pacific, played basketball. And I used to skate by this place all the time and not understand why there was a line outside.
Right.
And I realized it's for your show. Do you guys all wait in that line? Yeah. Why?
To see you.
No, to see you.
To see you. They've been waiting for like 7 years for you to be on the show. That's why. That's why. Now, George,
I know I have.
You have. Now, George, you live in a house here in LA that you say is haunted. Now, do you think it's haunted, or have you had like professionals, like ghost hunters, come and check it out?
That is haunted.
Go on.
You just hear banging like this, you know. And I've never sounded so white in my life. Someone lives here. So I know, man. I had a lady come through and clear the house, you know, and she says, what's going on in this closet? Like, what do
you mean a lady? Like a supernatural,
yeah.
She's a, okay.
That comes in.
Where do you find somebody like that?
Oh, it's George Lopez. Find anyone like that.
At the supernatural house?
Correct.
So she comes in, she goes, oh, there's some, you know, really dark things in here, and do you know if they had children? Because I think they might have put them in that closet, and we walk upstairs. Where do you? She goes, in here, like, does someone masturbate in there? I'm like, living or dead?
Yeah.
But I mean, I've seen like goblins. I've seen.
What do you mean you've seen goblins?
Orbs. Listen, man, I've seen some great. Listen, first of all, we're Chicanos, you know, so we grow up with the whole thing of the Llorona, and you know, the Llorona is a wife, the tale of a woman who drowned her kids, you know, and
what?
And you know. And our cousin, my uncle was like, I said, who would win between the Llorona and Annabelle? And he's like, Annabelle, hey, the Llorona drowned her kids, Annabelle up this adult.
Wow.
It's crazy because all of those things are like so much part of our lives. And if you try to explain culturally to people, like I said, oh, you know, it's an old wives' tale about a woman that, you know, drowned her kids, and each night she cries for them, and that woman is just looking at me like, well, I hope that you call Child Protective Services.
Yeah.
If you didn't, you're just as guilty as your aunt. It's not my aunt.
Now, obviously, George, we spoke earlier. You and I, we were at the basketball last night.
Yes.
We had a great time. But Travis, when you were younger, you wanted to be a professional basketball player.
Oh.
How good were you? What happened?
I was great. I was short. I grew at 18.
Same.
Like it hit randomly, and I got to 6'1", thankfully. But dude, I was in a class in 8th grade, and this kid in my class was like the best basketball player in the school. He could dunk and all this in 8th grade, which is crazy. This dude was like talking in class. The teacher's like, "What are you doing? Like, stop talking." He was like, I don't need to do this. I'll play basketball. I'll be in the NBA. I'm gonna do all this. I don't need that. And she's like, "What about your money?" He's like, I'll pay somebody to take care of my money. And she was like, "How many teams are there in the NBA?" He was like, "I don't know, like 30. She was like, "Okay, let's do some math." So she pulls up the projector. She starts doing math. She does an equation to show him his chances of making it to the NBA, and it was like 0.000000723000056.
Wow.
And as a 5'2" black kid in that back of that class, I was crying my eyes out. And I was just sitting there, and I was looking at him, and I was just like, "You loser, you idiot. You ruined this for both of us, dude.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? It's all your fault." And then, yeah, I just, you know, joined the class with laughing at him and walked home crying.
But you didn't need it, because now look at this phenomenal career that you have. Who needs the NBA? Now, but George, you're a basketball fan, but you're a big golfer, and I'm really into this idea. You have an annual competition called the Brownie Cup, which sounds like the only golf tournament I would ever want to play in. Explain to anyone who doesn't know what it is. I love this.
So the Brownie Cup is a tournament that we play, myself, Don Cheadle, Anthony Anderson, and Cheech Marin. And
Name drop.
And you play 9 holes completely sober.
Right.
And then at the end of the 9th hole, you eat half of a marijuana brownie.
Yes.
And a double cranberry and vodka, and then you count every shot after that.
Right.
So Cheech hit the same tree 7 times.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, "Hijo de-" You know? And just 7 times in a row. He's like, pick it up. He's like, no, I stole my win. I mean, we were so high, James. We were so high. On the second to the last hole, we're all looking for my ball. Everybody's out there going, I think I saw it over there. It might have gone right there. I put my hand in my pocket. I hadn't hit yet. I said,
honestly, inebriated golf is the greatest time. Me and my dad played once, and we had quite a few drinks. We stopped for lunch, right? At the night, we had quite a few drinks, me and my dad, and then we were in the golf cart, and my dad was bending over to do up his shoes, and I turned a corner. He straight up fell out of the golf cart. I didn't realise till I got to the green. I didn't even know. I was just like this. I got there. I was like, Dad? He's like, the back of you. I fell out of the cart.
Yeah. You know, whenever somebody says, like, you know, hey, man, be careful, man, because I'm going to hit, and they just think, like, you know, oh, don't worry about it, hit. That's when you hit a bad shot. We hit a dude in the middle of his back. He felt like in the Vietnam movie. He was like, ah! Uncommon valor.
Now, Travis, I want to talk to you about this. You posted this on Instagram.
Wow, that's how you
around about Christmas time.
Yeah.
Now, is this regular attire to pick out a Christmas tree? Is this what we do normally? Talk to me about this.
It's what you do when you want somebody to say, hey, man, have you been working out or what?
Right.
And you always are just like, just a little bit, just a casual thing. No, that was 4 days a week.
Right.
That was brutal. I weighed the most I ever weighed. That was 152 pounds. All muscle. I weigh right now 147 pounds, all muscle.
What's happening right around in here? It's like a cul-de-sac, like it stops and it just kind of goes through the little...
I was just keeping myself warm, man.
That's all right, man.
Yeah.
You guys have photos like that?
No, not like this, no.
Listen, man, I wait till the bathroom gets steamed up before I get out of the shower.
Yeah, correct. Correct.
I don't want to look at myself
right.
naked. No. That train is gone.
You're absolutely right. Now, George, congrats on your brilliant new sitcom, Lopez versus Lopez. Huge smash. You and your real-life daughter, Mayan. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, tell us what it's about.
Well, I got a divorce, like 10 years ago, and Maya and I were estranged. And the show is basically about a father-daughter that haven't talked, that are reconnecting and trying to make it work, So it's derived from a TikTok. Like, Maya did a duet with a guy that was complaining about me and her mom, and then Maya stood up for her mom and twerked upside down. When your daughter twerks upside down, you got a real serious problem. So she's upside down twerking, and then this woman, Debbie Wolf, had this thing about putting us back together again, and it worked. It got picked up.
Yeah.
The whole 22 season, yeah. NBC
And it's doing really, really well.